Hey yo, hey yo, yo. Hey yo, hey yo.
We back.
We back in here.
We back up in this
yeah,
bitch.
I'm
We
holding this joint
live
like
and
I'm on the
spitty.
stage.
Yeah, I was about to say you giving Black Boo.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Black Boo a little
No,
bit? You feel like Alfred
I still
Antonio
feel
Duncan?
like Alfred. Yeah. I don't want to feel like Black Boo right now.
Why?
Cause I be standing on this table and shit.
Going out to the juices like
jumping and shit, hoping somebody
sweating
catch
real bad.
Sweating horribly. So I'm good off that.
You want to just chill?
I just want to chill.
What's up? We
what's
back.
up with you, baby?
I feel great. I feel really good. I feel excited about our guests.
Mm-hmm.
I feel excited about, what God is doing in our lives
Yes,
now.
yes.
I feel great that I've actually surrendered myself to the Spirit so that I can be open to whatever God is doing, because I feel like it's something big about to happen.
I definitely do as well.
Yeah, I feel like it's something big about to happen with us individually and collectively and with the kids.
Yes.
And so I'm in a space of just like my spirit is open to change, to growth, to whatever that will make me uncomfortable, that's going to elevate me. I'm just open to it. So I feel pretty good. I haven't felt good like this in some months, so I'm grateful for this feeling.
I'm happy for you.
Are you doing this because the last show?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm just, I'm happy for you. I think I'm in a very unique space in my life. I'm just
Figuring it out.
Yeah, and trying to, trying to find myself more so. Just trying to figure things out on a mental level more so than anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
shout out to you for being consistent with your regimen.
Thank you.
I know that you've struggled with consistency overall. And I know that you've always wanted to be extremely consistent with your fitness goals and to be in the best shape of your life, all of your life.
Yes.
And sometimes life just be lifing like shit, and it's very hard to do that. So
but I don't want to deafen, so it can life.
Yeah. So that's true. So yeah. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you
for being consistent with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been feeling good.
How's your daughter?
How's my daughter?
Yes.
She's lifing. She's lifing up the party, lifing. That little girl, boy.
Blake has graduated.
And Blake has a job.
Blake has a damn job.
I feel like that McDonald's commercial when they was like, Calvin got a job.
Yes.
Calvin got a job, y'all.
Yes.
I want to go tell the whole. Blake's a good kid.
Graduated from high school.
Yeah.
And he has a job now. Gabby is going into middle school.
Yeah.
Things are happening, so we gotta be prepared for these damn kids, man.
I got a belt on deck.
No, you don't. You don't even believe in beating.
I got a belt on right now.
Well, now you do. You do believe in it with Royal.
You live
You're
and
a
you
wild
learn.
parent with her.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
She not going.
Take advantage of you.
Nah.
Manipulate you.
No. She not gonna do it. But we still gonna have a tight ass relationship.
Y'all already have a really good relationship, even though she's two. Y'all already have a really good relationship. Today,
where we at?
Spizzy.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Spizzy. Shout out to Spizzy Studio. Shout out to Vic and Tinsley
Yes.
for opening their doors,
Yes.
providing a space for Black-owned business owners to elevate,
Yes.
to grow, to
Yes.
live out their wildest dreams,
Yes.
and to do it comfortably and to do it our way and on our platform, however we want to do it, as long as the vision is clear, as long as the vision isn't blurred, and as long as the impact is impeccable. Shout out to Vic and Tinsley for always believing in us and sharing space with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
They know I love them.
Yeah. Today's going to be a dope show.
Today's going to be, I have so many questions.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I am so excited about today's show because people always ask us, people think that our podcast is a marriage podcast, but this is a podcast for the culture, for the community, for the people, to really be uncomfortable with growing, with healing, and with having very difficult conversations. So today, I am so excited. I'm really trying to hold my excitement. And I have we have two people on the show that means so much to us. One being my brother. I'm gonna call you Shine.
I go by Shine.
Yeah,
Shine is cool.
My brother Shine. I am the oldest of 6. I don't think I've ever said this on the show, but I'm the oldest of 6 kids, and I'm the first. Of course, I'm the oldest. I'm the first. Then I have a set of twin sisters who I'm sure all of y'all know.
Did he say he go by Shine?
No, he said he go by Shine today.
So I can't say his real name. Like he don't want me to say his real name on air.
I may got a go ahead.
He may got warned.
I keep it quiet then. I keep it quiet. I ain't gonna set you up.
And so I have 3 younger brothers, and Shine is the second youngest brother, and our birthdays are 2 days apart. All of us are really close. I always say that I'm close to one person, but all of us share a different bond. We share a different bond. You and I share a bond. Me and Joe share a wild bond. Me and the twins share a bond. We all share different bonds. So my brother Shine is on the show, and we have Caressa Jennings on the show. Y'all may have heard a past episode when we were doing, what we were doing? It's Whatever Forever?
No, she was Forever Dunkin' Radio.
Yeah, Forever Dunkin' Radio on 96.3 HD. We had Caressa on. So now she's back she's a glutton
for punishment.
For punishment from the Duncans.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna get it.
So she's back. So what's up, y'all? What's up?
Hey, happy to be here.
I'm chilling. I'm thankful and grateful.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about what you do, Caressa, and then we'll talk about what you do, Shine.
Yep, so I am a motivational speaker and a coach in the space of emotional wellness with an emphasis on grief and loss. And then I'm also the owner of the best brand management and VIP concierge agency in the DMV.
Hey.
So I'm super excited about that. So whether you need a chauffeur, stylist, everything, photo shoot, video, one-stop shop. So yeah.
Dope.
Did you know that about Caressa?
I didn't.
Yeah, are your wheels turning?
Of course.
I knew it.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
They always turn.
Yeah.
Shine.
I'm just a normal black man. I ain't got nothing going on. I'm just thankful
You ain't
to be
no normal
here.
black man.
You are
Thankful to be
definitely
alive.
not a
How
normal
tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
That's-
I'm an
that's-
abnormal black
That's
man.
that's not normal. 6'5" is not a normal
Shine,
black
you
man.
do things. You don't
Nah,
want
I'm just the free life, man. I believe in, knowing yourself and traveling and just knowing yourself and being comfortable who you are, being secure. I'm that. I'm just security all in one.
Yeah.
Security. You know that out of all of your brothers, like I would never want to fight you.
Everybody always say, your brother big.
Yeah,
He big.
Yeah, he a tight end.
He's always been big.
I
He
meant
was
that
the
in a
biggest-
mental state.
I know.
Yeah, I tried.
No, but he's always been physically bigger than all of the other kids. So we have both of you all on because both of you are single.
Single.
I know you single, Shine. Both of you are single, so we wanted to just talk about what that looks like in today's society, and then how you feel as an individual. So I just wanted to give people insight on what it looks like in 2022 to be single, to be thriving, to have a business, to work, to not have, because neither of you have children. So I want, and that's very rare nowadays, and so I wanted to give some insight on what that looks like, and then basically how you feel when you're by yourself, So one of my first questions is, what did you learn a little too late?
Oh my gosh.
That's a great question.
I'm gonna go to Caressa. Oh gosh, she about to start crying
No, I'm
already.
not.
I'm gonna go to Shine. Shine always need time to think about stuff though.
A little too late.
Yeah.
As far as in a relationship standpoint, or myself.
I would say
I
just
say
in general.
pick whatever
Whatever however
comes to
you want to
mind.
answer it. That's what. So whenever I ask a question, you answer it. Whatever you feel, that's how you answer.
I just needed to know.
Yeah.
My ability to withstand things. I was always somebody that just quit. I gave up. I was the only child that would be so dramatic, throwing my hands up. Oh, we don't got no food. We don't got this. But my ability to withstand and persevere. I learned that, I would say, late enough to know that I'm early enough to get it going. You know what I mean? So my ability to withstand, my perseverance.
That's dope.
Yeah, that is.
That's dope.
Caressa?
I would say my worth.
Yeah.
It's like I'm now in the last couple of years like, oh, Caressa, you are the shit.
Yeah.
Like, never in my life have I thought that.
Wow.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
It was always striving to be something or striving to get somewhere. But it's like, if you never do anything else, if you never become or evolve to anything else, you're good right where you are. Like, you are enough and you're worth so much. So I think I found that out a little too late.
Do you think your success in business gave you that? Or what do you, how did you achieve that?
How do you judge your worth?
Yeah.
You know, it all became to like in self-reflection. So it came to a place, so, you know, we talk about love, right? And everyone's like, love is patient, love is kind. But we always think about it as relationships and how people connect with each other. But then I had to ask myself when I was having like a really sad time about my worth, I was like, are you patient with yourself? Are you kind with yourself? Do you dishonor yourself? Because some of the things you're doing, you're dishonoring yourself. So where do you see your worth? You know what I mean? So I think it kind of came into that. So not with business and all of that. I think I realized that was outward. But when you say things to yourself like, Caressa, who are you? It's easy for us to say, oh, well, I'm this and I have this accolades, or I'm a mom, or I'm this, but I'm like, I'm powerful.
Yeah.
I'm resilient. I'm kind. I'm a good friend, you know? So when you start really going deeper into who you are, I think that's when I start paying attention, like, oh, okay. Like, I'm worth something. Like, I'm bomb as a friend or as a sister, or, you know, my uncle was sick in the hospital this week, and he called me for a second and the phone hung up, but he said, I feel discouraged. Within the hour, right, I got to where he was in the hospital, and then he looked back at me when I was like, who was that? He was like, I knew you would come.
Wow.
That was very powerful for me. Like, I know you're going to show up. I knew, I heard a couple of words, I knew where he was, and I just showed up.
Yeah.
For him to know, like, whether it was going to be today or tomorrow, she going to make her way here. That meant a lot, so.
Yeah.
Dope.
What are 2 biggest lessons you've learned from previous relationships? This is the question, but I don't even know a relationship that you've been in. Like
I've
a
been in a
real
couple
relationship, like a
relationships.
real long-term relationship. But I do want to know, like, what is some of the 2 of the biggest lessons that you've learned from past relationships?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'm selfish. I need to learn how to be not as selfish. Consider her feelings and how she feel and listen, and stop being so controlling, and just stop being a Scorpio man I am. Just, you know, just make it work and grow. And like I said, I'm always the problem in a relationship. Always.
Why do
Damn,
you?
bro.
How
That's
can you be
tight as
serious?
shit. Yeah.
Trying to be serious.
You said
'cause
you gonna
he's
stop being a
serious. I'm
Scorpio.
serious. Yeah.
You gonna stop being a Scorpio. You should be an Aries.
No,
No.
I'm never gonna stop being a Scorpio because I love who I am and I'm comfortable with being alone.
Yeah.
However, when I'm in a relationship, I need to learn, especially being 30 and being a grown man, it's just like, she matters. You know what I mean? Her feelings matter. And I'll be like, oh, you just so, you just want it. And I call you. You know what I mean? It's like, it's work.
Yeah.
It's work that I'm not looking for right now. I'd rather be unemployed in that department. But when I'm there, I'd rather go hard. And I just need to stop being so selfish. I'm real selfish.
Let me explain to me that selfish part though.
I decide when we go. I decide when we leave. Just controlling. I'm real controlling. You know what I mean? I'm real controlling. And then once I love you, I fall deep and I'm like jealous. You know what I mean? So a lot of those ways is just, I think it centers around my heart. It's not a bad thing. It's like if I'm in control, we good. But it's also her way of thinking too. But that doesn't exist. So it's selfish.
Why do you think you like that?
I don't know. I never questioned that. I never sat back and be like, why am I like this? Or, you know, I just know what's wrong with me. I know what I need to improve, and I acknowledge it. And whenever it need to be fixed, it's going to get fixed.
Do you think it could be like a family thing?
No.
You do you think that any of your other family members may have some of this too?
As far as selfish and controlling?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Not me though.
But I'm speaking independently
Okay.
though. I'm speaking solely on me so you can address me
I feel you.
and not think about other people because then your question gonna get too broad.
Yeah, but I'm married to, you know.
Hey, that's what I said.
So
I'm just like throwing
got
jabs in there.
Yeah.
Caressa.
Trying to change someone, you can't change nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can individually evolve, right, in your own right, but you can't try to fix somebody, try to change somebody. That's self-work.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a big thing.
Yeah. Baby, what have you learned from like past relationships that help you with our marriage?
I could be, you know, I've learned that I could be more considerate. I've learned that I could be a better listener. And I choose not to elaborate on any of that. Those are the two. Those are the two things that I've
what I
learned.
said.
That's it. I just leave it right there. Right there.
I think for me, I've learned to not look at you as one of them. No matter if I am triggered by something that you do, it doesn't mean that you're just like someone that I've been with in the past.
I think you're still learning that. I don't think that that's a jab. You may look at it as a jab, but I think that you're still.
I think that I'll probably be learning that for a while because
Okay.
I've been in I'm 38 years old and I've been in relationships for a long time, and I've been in very traumatic relationships, and so I haven't fully healed from those relationships. I mean, I've talked about this on the podcast. You've seen it with like how I deal with delivering news of me being pregnant and
Yeah.
all of those things. So I think that it's a process.
I agree.
And I think that yours is a process too.
You don't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
Just
Patty is
accept
on
it.
the way.
It's okay. You're not, everything is fine.
Thank you. Thank you.
You too.
Everything is like, well, I'm going to get back to you.
Egg
Right.
to egg.
So if you were just go back 20 years, would the person you are today, do you think this is the person that you imagine yourself to be? I know it's probably hard for you, Shine, but
I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur and in business. I always knew, and I don't think it's a bad thing, I wanted to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be on TV or in the media or even entertainment. I've always wanted to do those things. So could have been more focused at times. I think that I've tried things in my life or pivoted, and I kind of got to where I am today, but I know that there's more, right? So, yeah. I think I'm shocked because I thought maybe I would always be in like the emotional wellness space, even though I knew, and I would get into entertainment media through that. But just using my gifts, things evolve as you grow. You're like, oh, I got this gift, I can do this, or I have a business in this. So
Yeah.
I'm learning that I can be multifaceted and do a
Yeah.
lot of other things.
yeah. Shine, what about you?
20 years ago, I was 10.
Where
So
was we living?
we was living in Bowie.
Oh yeah, we were in Bowie. Yeah.
No. At that time, I was in a relationship that I really thought that was gonna last forever. So
yeah,
I thought I was gonna be married with children.
At
And
10?
Yes.
At 10?
oh yeah, one
Oh,
thing
he was
about it
serious
is, let me
about
make
it.
something clear. One thing about life is we all running from our childhood. Our childhood molds us, and everybody's issues is from their childhood. So when somebody say it's puppy love or some this or some that, like pay attention to that person. Why they act the way they act? Because everything stems from your childhood, for sure. So at that point, yeah, I thought I was gonna be married, but now 20 years later, I'm happy.
I feel like that situation is probably why you act the way you act in relationships now, because
Probably so.
I think that I honestly
What happened
think
in
that
that
you're still
relationship?
grieving that relationship.
I still
'cause
love her.
You still love her.
Wow.
You still talk about her.
Damn.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
still,
still
talk
love
about
her.
to
Have
this
you
day.
seen her? Have you seen her since then?
I'm not in the spotlight, so I'm just like low key. She just like do her thing.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, she's like an entrepreneur and stuff like that. But
I take her with all her stuff, all her bullshit, all that. I still love her.
I think he still grieves that, and I think that's why he is the way
That's
he
why
is
you
in
can't. You
relationship.
got. You
You
got to
ever
know
try
somebody.
to get back with her or talk to her.
Remember when on Facebook
Find
when I was like,
her.
all right, Box, I'm about to send this DM. But can you go to the liquor store, give me a 22 right fast? And I sent it, and I let her know. And I hit her with the I loved you with the Love and Basketball John. I loved you ever since we was in that shit just won't go away.
Yeah.
But that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because when she broke up with me, I cried, and I know that cry when I had that cry. Whenever I had that cry as an adult, it's deep.
Yeah.
That's why heartbreak is a lot.
Yeah.
Because you feel so empty. You just like, I'm so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel close to
Did
death.
Yeah.
did you do something to mess it up or?
I was young. I was too young. You know, at that time, they want older boys. She was dating a guy that was in middle school, and she was cheating on me, and da-da-da-da-da-da. We ain't had nothing going on, but I loved everything about us. Like, she was everything I wanted. At that, I met her when we was 8, and I was like, all right, that's going to be my wife. And I got her back to back, and I tried in middle school, and then we went our separate ways, but hey. And I'm not afraid to say I do. You know, I do still love her.
He talks about her
That's
often.
crucial.
He talks about her often, and so
I
that's
don't even remember the person I was messing with when I was 10.
so I think that leads into like really paying attention to your children and what they're
Hell yeah,
going through.
especially now that I got a daughter.
Yeah, what
well,
they're going
I have
through.
two,
Yeah.
bonus daughter too.
But paying attention to what they're going through, because kids' feelings, they do matter, and they do feel deep.
They're
Like some
monumental.
kids do feel
Yeah.
deep. They really feel deep. And I think us as parents, sometimes we look at them as just children, and we just, oh, you be all right. You just, whatever.
Like it's not
but
real.
seeing,
Yeah.
knowing him and knowing how much he loves her and how he still grieves that relationship, it lets you know that he remembers it. I mean, he remembers everything though. I'm not going. He remembers every little detail about all the things, but that relationship he still talks about to this day, and it's 20 years later. He was 10 years old, and he still talks about her. We have a family group chat, and he'll mention her. You'll mention her every now and
Yeah,
then.
because,
Yeah. So
I'm gonna send her this podcast.
man, Shorty probably in a relationship. I ain't going to mess up nothing.
I
That's
wanted
tight.
to ask this: how, I know that I have friends that are single and they just feel worn down at times with like dating and stuff. Do you all feel worn down? And if you do, how often do you get that feeling?
I think it wasn't until the last couple of years where I'm like, wait a minute now, I'm getting a little older, like what's going on? I think I've always had the thought like, I'm gonna get married one day, or I'll probably have kids one day. So it was never like how some people, they're like, oh my gosh, every second, like, and maybe because my family and friends, everyone's always married or engaged or, those things happen. So it never seemed far-fetched. I didn't see a reason, like you said, I'm 30, I'll be 36. I have no children. I have things to work on, but I just felt like there was no reason for me to meet someone. I just hadn't run into them yet. Of course, I meet people over the years, but the older you get, everyone's not going to be perfect, but you still don't want to settle for BS that you might would have settled for 10, 15 years ago. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
What's settling? What
I was
are we
gonna
talking
ask you
about?
that too.
It could be as someone having an addiction to something or being a cheater or a liar or something like that. If I sense that a little bit, I'm
Are
like,
we talking
I'm
about
good.
just those things, or are there other things that you would
It
consider
could be
yourself
like
settling for?
emotional wellness. It could be like mental health. You know what I mean? Like we all have work, right? Our inner work, our self work. But if there's something that I know triggers you, that I know I may trigger, and I'm not down for it, then you know what I mean?
So you wouldn't date someone because you could potentially trigger them? Is that what you're saying?
I guess what I mean is not if I would trigger them. So I say if it's triggering. So say some people, they're always like bashing, right? But there's one thing if you're already in a relationship and you're good, and then things happen and you just need to learn how to communicate, or like you said, understand. But I think that some people, so I always believe like you need connection, you need chemistry, but I also think you need compatibility. And so sometimes there might be a little connection or chemistry, but are we compatible? You know what I mean? And I think that sometimes some things just don't mix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm open. This is probably the first time in my life I've ever been open to something different, you know? But I also feel like I don't want to put myself in a situation just because, so maybe settling is not the word, just put myself in a situation where I allow myself to deal with things that I know aren't healthy for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's the best way I could put
Respect.
Being single is the difficulty of being single.
No, like, well, you can answer that, but that was one of my questions. But do you ever feel like overly worn out from being single?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because I control my dynamic of being single, and I don't let nobody else do that. However, it could be a job, and it's just like, damn, it would be so much easier to just have a woman right here who I love, and not have all these 7 different women who's emotionally attached to me, who's emotionally making herself in a relationship with me, emotionally drained by my energy, by my attention I give them. I'm like, damn, if I had a ring on and I really had a wife, it would be easier to just do that. But I'm a vacationship type guy. Like, I have vacationships. I don't have relationships. I meet people on vacation, and they may be from a different city, and we meet up and we do that. As far as being bogged down or feeling alone or anything like that, never. Because
I've
this is
never heard that
dynamic.
term
This is the dynamic I
kinda cool.
created.
Yeah.
I created this.
I've never heard that term before. That's a tight term. Vacation shit. That's tight as shit.
Yeah, I
for
was like,
sure.
That's kind of cool.
Caressa, do you want children?
I do. I'm open. So, you know, people give their stuff their own time clock type of thing. I think that I want to allow that to happen, but if it doesn't, will I be angry or upset? You know, people are like, oh my gosh, I gotta have a kid. I don't think I would be. I come from a family where everybody got kids, mad kids. I'm of 7, really 9. My siblings got a bunch of kids, all my friends, so I'm good. You know what I mean? But I would love to experience that.
Yeah. Sean, I know you don't.
Hell no, I don't want no damn kids.
Why you don't want kids?
Because it's too much work. It's
lot of
too
work.
much work. And
Yeah.
if you was talking about, minimalizing things earlier, I'm solely a minimalist. Like, I don't want that type of responsibility in my life. I already know what I want. I'm good. However, I could treat it like going to sleep one day and just, you know, be tired and meet somebody, get married, and have children. I can't control that. But as of right now, nah. I don't want to smell no shit. I don't want none of that. However, it'll bring out the ultimate man in me, though. It will bring out who Jarrell really is. But he cool. He could be over there till my next life. Reincarnation is definitely real. I believe in reincarnation. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
We were at my parents' house on Father's Day, and all of us were over there. All of us have kids except for Shine, and he's like the cool uncle. All of our kids love him. They have like, all of them have separate inside jokes with him. And he was in the kitchen, and he was at the sink in my mom's house, and I heard him say, "I'm not watching none of these fucking kids." None of them. He was talking to himself. He was like, "None of them better not ask to watch his kids." And he's watched Gabby before.
But the worst stuff happened when I watch it. My nieces and nephews, y'all don't get it. Like, I be like, damn, I ain't gonna never be able to come back from this. Like, I'm glad they 7 and don't remember, but nah, they remember. They remember. I be like, why me, Lord?
He babysitted Gabby one time, and something happened with his TV or the cable.
I never
or
have
something.
cable. My cable was always cut off every time she came over.
And so now
I
her
remember
thing
that.
is,
I remember that.
does Uncle Shine have cable yet? Like, and she's
Like,
11.
watch TV when I get over there.
And so he always expresses how he doesn't want kids. Shine, do you ever feel like, not left out, but do you ever feel like the black sheep? Because I mean, you and Aunt Ree aren't married, but because your dynamic has always been, you live alone, you've traveled the world alone, you do everything alone. You've always been that way. Like even as a little boy, you would go and venture off alone. Do you ever feel like different from us because of that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like I'm 100% me, thankful.
Yeah.
I know who I am. I'm secure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like going back to when I said the definition to me is security. I could say anything I want to say and not be like, oh, they may cancel me, or I don't want to go around because I don't have no kids.
Yeah.
I just got to come as I am because I know deep down what I want and what I don't want.
Yeah.
So I don't never feel like a black sheep, and being alone is just something that we all got to be.
Yeah.
Do you, and this is for both of you, do you ever feel lonely and in that space you like may want to like compromise just to like, and it doesn't have to be for a long
Just to
period of
fill a
time.
void.
Yeah.
Just a thought that damn I'm lonely and you just want to fill a void for the minute.
I don't think I've ever had the thought like I feel lonely. But I think, like I said, like this year or two, the last time, I'm like, oh, I might be really wanting to be intentional about dating and meeting someone and growing with them and loving them. Like the thought of being in love and just watching that, or what I think, it feels like and all of that, I'm excited about that.
Oh, let's get to it.
Oh,
What
my.
do you think it feels like? That's the question. What do you think it feels like? That's what we need to talk about.
I think it changes every day.
Okay, that's a great answer.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of friends in my life who are married or engaged, and I have one friend who just now like fell in love with her guy, and just the talks about just the fun, of course, and just the deep passion and admiration for the other person, but then even just the plans of life and what you can do with someone else. I think that I'm just excited about that. I've been in love before, years ago, and I think when I think about, just that feeling of you got that person, and so having that person, I'm excited about.
Do you even make yourself available for that?
Great
Because
question.
I don't know.
I don't think I have.
Yeah. Why do you think that you do not do that?
You scared?
No, when she say make yourself available, meaning how they say he can't meet you on the couch. I don't think I go out enough or do enough things or go to enough like
Or pay attention to
events
signs?
or probably pay attention to signs, because I blonde would miss it. And someone say, you ain't know so and so. I was like, no, I ain't. What's up? Like, you know what I mean? So I think that I'm in a place of awareness now, because now I know that I want to be seen. I want my energy to give off, not like in a crazy way, but just like, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm available for
I'm available.
Yeah, I'm available
Yeah.
for this. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and she has been out in the dating scene, and most of the people that I've talked to about dating says that it is pure trash.
Really?
Yes, like trash, like niggas not being honest, women just wanting money, all of those things. And so I wanted to speak to both of those things. Why do y'all feel like, if y'all can speak to it, why do you feel like the women today, because there are women out here that are established, they are successful, they are wealthy, they are entrepreneurs, they are making money, they out here doing the things, and they require a lot of a man. They require a lot of them. So in turn, the men that they're dating are trash because they're not on their level of, I would just say, success. I don't even know if it's anything else. I think it's more so success and money. So I wanted y'all to
So
kind of...
before you say that, are you stamping that? Are you saying that, like, successful women or successful women are out here and their definition of trash is someone who's not on the same level as them?
Some of them, yeah.
Damn.
For
Some
sure.
of them. Some of them feel like if I'm up, getting up every day and I'm grinding and making my dreams come true, and I have the money in my bank account to show this, why can't you? And you're supposed to be a man and lead and protect me.
Yeah, but I know, but I just want to. I'm trying to get clarification because you said I get up, I do this, I do that. He could be doing the same thing. He could be getting up, going to work, but it's not his dream job. But he's paying bills, and he can make a decent life. I'm asking, are women that are like high grossers and stuff like that, do they consider those men trash as well? Is everybody who's not on their level considered trash?
I think today women are flourishing and financially and achieving, and a lot of them have dealt with men that want to be taken care of. And so now their standards are, if you aren't financially fit, then we can't be fit together.
Right.
And that's those. I've seen different videos surface on the internet. I've seen videos like on Google of women like, I would rather be alone than to deal with somebody that I have to take care of.
Yeah, and then I'm just going right back. Fit. The word you said was financially fit. Let's just use the word fit. There are people who run marathons that don't look like people that spend a whole bunch of time in the gym, but they're fit.
Right.
So what I'm asking is, if someone is taking care of themselves and they're going to work, they got a place, they got a house, they pay their bills, they got good credit or whatever, but the job that they are doing is not making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Does the women that are flourishing and making the kind of money that you're talking about, are they saying that those men are trash?
I can't differentiate from that man and a man who's just not doing anything.
How many men is it out here that's not doing anything?
Well, I'm not one of those women, so I don't know why you.
Well, let me ask you, Caressa. Is it as far as men? Is it like,
I've heard what Sherelle saying like a lot. I think for me, I'm like a hopeful romantic, and I think that when it comes to men, so this is how I would differentiate. Is the man lazy?
Yeah.
Or does he have the mindset? Because if you got the mindset, I'm like, oh, let's figure this out. Let's come up with a business. Let's do it. Yeah. And he might not have it today, but I know in 90 days or something like that, he's killing it.
But
right?
what if he's an accountant and he likes doing accounting and he doesn't necessarily want to start a business right now?
If he's good where he is, and he's bombing his 9 to 5, no, because
Okay.
I might need your benefits and your, you know what I'm saying, your health insurance and your consistency, because my life is like this.
All right.
So I'm okay with that, and I think I had to even evolve in that because money costs clothes and stuff is so big, and what can he do and what he can't do, but what happens when a person gets sick? What happens when a person can't do something? You know what I mean? Like, are you still going to feel secure, and are you going to ride with that person? I think that's very important because we always judge things in that moment.
Yeah.
I don't really, people always talk about potential. Like, use common sense with potential, you know what I mean? But if you are broke today, but I know your mindset is to win, I'll rock with you.
Yeah. And I don't think that the women that I'm talking about feel like Caressa. They don't feel like that. They're not banking on potential. They're banking on what can you bring into this relationship? And I think a lot of these women are like that because they have taken care of men in the past.
But see, I don't take care of men either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Has there been times when I let someone know, like, I got them, I ride for them, whatever the situation is? Yes. But I'm not going to take care of you. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
And I think that comes with, like, if you aren't married, I don't think that you should be.
That's huge.
I don't think that you should be diving into that arena of a relationship. And I can see, like, if you have the skill and the education and the knowledge to help someone build a business, that's something different. But actually bringing a man in and taking care of him and doing all these things, I don't think that's
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be your wife prior to us making this commitment of our unity or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
We had this conversation before, though.
Really?
And, no, I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay.
You probably know what I'm about to ask.
Okay.
So, if you're not going to do those things, you're not going to be a wife and do, I'm not going to give these wifely duties without being married. That's basically, your people's stance. And I understand that.
Well, not necessarily. Like, can I cook for a person before we get married? Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Can I like not like
So
that?
what's going overboard? What's the wifely duties that you
When you get a place and you bring him in and he has
Okay.
nothing and you're literally taking care of him like he's your son.
Okay. All right.
I'm not your mom. You know what I mean?
That's a bum. I would agree with you.
No
on that.
bums allowed.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Question though, Sean, how many bums do you know?
I don't pay attention.
Great answer.
That's too much energy. Too much energy.
That's good, because I was just about to ask, where do you put your energy? Like, where do y'all put your energy? Like, into what do you put your energy, and how do you decipher what you're putting your energy into? Like, what vibe? You know what I mean?
You gotta know when and where. Like, everything doesn't bother me, or everything somebody does is not interesting in me or affects me. It's about what affects you. Like, how shallow are you? You know what I mean? You gotta tread water.
Considering that you both are single, is your fuse short? Like, is it something that someone can do and
To set you
or
off.
you can immediately be like, nah, like you see a flag and you like, nah, I'm done. You know,
Yeah.
just as like, and it could be a small flag. You know, like she got the bathroom where you cut on the light and the ceiling fan come on. You know what I'm saying? And the fan come on with the light, and you like, I can't do this shit. I can't be in a relationship with somebody who
Whose
fan
fan
come
comes
on
on,
every
yeah,
time
and
I
the
go to
light
bed.
This little shit, just trying to find shit. You just like, man, hold on.
Yeah, little shit
Yeah,
like that.
for me, I don't like when a woman is displaying that she's crazy before we've done anything intimate. I don't like for a woman to display a lack of self-control to try to get my attention, because first of all, that's gonna make me just go the other way. All that, because we can have a simple conversation. Like, I'm intellectually strong. We could talk. Aside from my stature, we could talk. Now, if you're acting crazy, doing all that wild stuff to get my attention because you feel as though that's gonna get my attention, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And I'm a man where I wouldn't say anything at all. You'll be
just
like,
dip.
I wonder what he thought. I
Thinking,
wonder what he
yeah.
was thinking. Like, he ain't say nothing, girl.
He was probably thinking
Because
he
why do
wanna
I
lose me the
Because
whole
you
time.
want that. A lot of
good on
women
it.
want that. A lot of women see me and they want, like, yeah, we gonna fight, we gonna argue. Yeah, he look like we can argue. But short, I don't want that. Now, when my dick deep in you, we can say whatever.
Oh God.
But that's a different
that's
story.
some real shit. I
No,
love it.
seriously.
It's
That's
funny
sorry.
how our heads just turned. It
That's
was like,
seriously
oh,
choking all that. But I'm saying,
I feel you.
before we get to that, like, I don't want to see your head spinning in circles.
Yeah.
For me to be attracted or for us to start a relationship or do something like that. I'm unattracted by women who display that crazy lack of self-control behavior.
You know, some women.
Until he's deep.
Remind me of what
Until
he
he
said.
dick deep in you.
Oh my God.
And once he dick deep in you,
I
then
don't need you to
can
keep
display
saying
that.
I gave her a reason.
You want to be crazy? Okay. Here's your reason.
For sure.
What do you all consider weak in a person? I guess you just said it, Sean, when that crazy, but if it's something else, what do you consider weak in the opposite sex?
I think it goes back to what he said, but just well, first of all, I think one thing I hate is a man that don't keep his word.
Yeah.
And I think when you don't keep your word and when you don't consider the other person, that's like big to me.
Yeah.
Like, don't play with me, right? Don't act like my time is not valuable,
Yeah.
right? Or my presence, not even my presence. Like, don't act like, just don't be inconsiderate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you feel like that's a weakness?
I think so.
Yeah, someone being inconsiderate. Shine.
What was the question again?
What do you consider a weakness in the opposite sex?
All right, this gonna sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I could find an attraction in something that somebody's weak in. You know what I mean? Because they're displaying vulnerability. They're displaying like, I can't, like, I'm not good at everything. This is something that you could probably help me with. But all that crazy stuff is different. if you could feel what I'm saying, like just
Yeah.
meet me in the middle. Like sometimes that right there, I'll be like, okay, cool. Cause I know how to feel. I know how that feel when you can't express, when you're weak in some way and you just gotta, you trying to like, you raising your hand, nobody's seeing you because you don't know how to express yourself. So mine's is like a contradiction to what I said at first, but that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
What do I consider a weakness? Someone who, I mean, I'm similar to him, but not all the way. I think mine is just more so communication. You know, someone who, like he said, you know, there's nothing more frustrating in my life that I've been through, you know, in the walk of life. Like, I've been raised by women, and I've been raised by strong women. I'm talking about on my father's side, on my mother's side. In my life, I had 2 cousins. I had a male cousin on my mother's side, male cousin on my father's side that was my age and really had interaction with me. None of my uncles on my father's side was there like that. Like, you know, that I had a real relationship with. My uncles on my mother's side was all locked up. So I've been through a life
Yeah.
of women expressing themselves and aggressively expressing themselves.
Now he got the ultimate person that expresses himself.
Yeah, and so it's frustrating when I just can't communicate with you, and you just going off, and you know what I'm saying. You won't like that is the most frustrating thing to me.
Like, can I just say what I need to say, type of thing?
No, like, can I say what I need to say? You say what you need to say. We keep, you know, like we just have a conversation.
The understanding.
Yeah, and you can tell me, you know, how you feel and all of that, but you can, you know, you don't have to say it with anger. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say it with attitude. Like, tell me how you feel. You disappointed in me? Tell me how you feel. But you don't have to do it with so much
Aggression.
Yeah, like that's that. I think because I've had it so all my life. I've been around it, and it's just not something that I enjoy.
I think one of the things that I think in my, you know, past is like not being able to take care of me emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. You can't take care of me. Like,
Wow.
if you
Yeah.
can't take care of me, this is weak. Like, this is, you have a weakness and you can't, I'm just too much. And so I think that for me is not being able to, you know, to take care of me. That's what I think. Yeah. Sean wanted to do a spoken word.
Okay,
I'm gonna read off my phone, y'all.
you got snap our fingers and
Before we end the podcast.
It's over already?
What's your
We got some more questions, but I
what's your poet name?
Pope?
Yeah, you don't have no poet name? It's just Shine.
It's Jay.
It's Jay Shine.
Oh, you talking about when people be snapping?
Nah, just like yeah.
He said,
Don't
"What's
worry
your
about it.
name? What's
Oh,
your
I'm
spoken
sorry,
word
but
name?"
Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Motherfucker, 7. All right, so this spoken word. First of all, a little backstory. I've been doing spoken word since I was about, I want to say 13, rapping and all that stuff. But when I became like a late teenager, I just like one time, me and my brother, we was listening to Sam Cooke. Change Gonna Come, and I said, leave that on, bro, leave that on. I'm about to write something. And I started from there, and it just snowballed on. So last summer I was on my way to Vegas, and they put me in the middle seat, and I was sitting next to this German lady, and she was so staunch, like, no, you're not sitting in this aisle seat. I'm like, all right, cool. So I took out my phone. I said, all right, let me just do a spoken word. So this is the thoughts from the middle seat. All right, bear with me. All right. Instantly in my instances turn similarities to differences, deciding on whether to move or stand still, knowing my patience could run deep, so I get in that water and I swim for days. Take me away from the attention of my racing thoughts. Summer days bring night rain, and as I get older, I learn to get used to most things. I settle where I stand, taking my time to get to know my intuition and how imperative it is to be intuitive with my being. I'm often judged by my mind, like if it's an issue with the way that I think. I sing out loud to rescue my silent thoughts. Growing brings confidence. Let me build my house with my experiences. Staunch levels without a basement. Not to get used to things, but awareness of the expiration date. So now I'm lounging in a beach chair with my toes in the sand, separating reality from fun, acknowledging my guilt and being free from my worry. I understand now. I'm here for a reason. This test hasn't been studied for. So am I afraid? Sure. It's okay to fear, but I'd rather be free if I could choose. The things I express are raw. There's a field of opportunity. So let my life be my life. That's it.
Yeah, Sean.
Super dope.
Yeah, Sean. I thought you was going. That was tight, Cause you know what I'm saying. I was thinking in my head how I was gonna start. Cause you was sitting in the middle seat, and the German lady with. I was gonna write, "You German bitch. Why did you let me switch?"
Facts.
Why would you say
You done pissed me off.
I'm on my bitch.
Not the whole rhyme and everything.
Nah,
That sound about
Why
right.
would you say you gonna piss me off?
yeah, that was like the thought. I don't know. That but young.
All right,
I remember. Hold up, my bad.
Go ahead,
I remember. I was talking to you one time, and I remember this. We had a conversation. We was talking about Tony Lewis. I think one day we were sitting on the couch. Or no, we were sitting on the balcony. And that's when I found out that you did poetry, and then you read this poem to me. And I was like, yeah, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? For real. Your poetry, I get a lot of who you are through your poetry. I get more out of who you are through your poetry than talking to you, if that makes sense.
I accept that.
Yeah, because I think that you know, you're a man of few words until you got a lot of words, if
Right.
that makes sense. So
Yeah.
that's dope.
I
That's
appreciate
dope.
that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Last question, y'all. If you can drop everything today and move anywhere in the world with anyone in the world, where
Shit, I gotta-
and who? No, your ass.
Okay.
Where and who? Where would you go and who would you take?
Oh my gosh.
But you can't take anything that you have now. Like nothing that you have now. Everything has to stay. And you go just you with the clothes on your back and start fresh. With anyone.
With any person.
Any person. Yep.
That's so hard. You said in the world?
In the
Anywhere
world.
in the world, in the entire world.
In the universe.
In
Even
the
if you want to go to the moon or Mars.
No, the world. Earth.
Yeah.
Hey, they doing it there.
Oh my God.
Elon Musk is, yeah.
Sean,
he
you don't
get on
know?
it.
I'm just gonna take a stripper with no STDs or nothing to feed you.
For life, like, you
Yeah, we
starting
gonna-
over.
Yeah, we might as well just be out there fucking. She already in the game. She just clean.
That's a great way to look at it,
best-
though.
They
World.
y'all didn't give us much options.
No, they said anyone.
Yeah.
You could take anyone. Like, and
Anybody.
they have to go. Like
Like
you know what I'm
they
saying?
don't and they'll be happy to go.
Yeah, anyone. That means you can pick Michelle Obama if you wanted to.
And they'll be happy to go. It's not they won't and everything will be erased moving forward.
I'm still
my
taking my
gosh.
clean stripper. Come on, we going to Fiji.
Clean stripper.
I'd probably go to like Miami.
Anywhere in the world and you pick Miami?
Somebody
2
gave
hours
you a
away.
goddamn
Or like the
plane
Maldives.
ticket.
I don't know. I'm just thinking like beach, water, relaxation. I'm big on like
Me too.
spas and just being on a resort. That's
And
the first thought I
you
had.
think Miami has the best
Miami-
resorts in
Miami
the world?
is a
Let's
quick
run with-
getaway.
Okay, so let's say the Maldives, being on a hut.
Yes.
On the water. That was my second immediate thought. That's why I said the world.
Caressa, you just told us in the beginning you know your worth and say you're gonna give
And you going to
and
Miami.
you going to Miami. Any girl
Yeah, Miami
and
ain't
she gonna
worth it.
stay in the United States of America.
I never been to the
We can't
Maldives,
even
so I
decide
was
if we
like-
want to have abortion or not. And you want to stay in this shit?
Speaking
Nah,
of that, that's real.
You
No,
getting out of the
Maldives.
United
Right.
States. If I'm,
Okay.
you getting out of the United
That's hilarious. I
States.
said Miami. Maldives
Okay.
are probably, because there's not a gentleman in mind, I would probably just take my twin sister.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I prefer to take
You looking
a
at me?
I prefer to take a gentleman now.
Don't give me that.
Gentleman, huh? Would he rub your feet and stuff? What's a gentleman?
Just a guy. That's all I'm saying.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great question. Way to pull her on that.
If you can drop everything, you taking all of us.
That's
All of y'all.
hilarious.
I gotta. Yeah. I would have to take all of y'all.
Well, you don't have to take Blake because Blake is a grown man now, and Blake is about to start his own life.
But he'll be able to come back.
He'll
and
be
forth.
able to come back and forth. But where would you go?
I'm changing the rules.
Yeah. Well, for us, ours is
Man,
different.
what? They got so much
No,
flexibility.
ours-
They got people with
No,
curry
ours
ons.
is different because we have to. Well.
So don't
we don't
entertain
have
the
You
to.
could have
question.
said I'm leaving all y'all.
Yeah, you could have.
I can leave all of y'all.
Yeah, if you wanted
If
to.
you
Oh
take
shit.
it as a
Okay. Let me
person.
see. Y'all
Where
leave
would you
all of
go?
y'all. Nah, I ain't leaving y'all.
Be honest.
I
where
can't
would you
leave
go?
y'all. One thing. I think that I would want to go to Africa.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh, that's
I
dope.
would want to go to Africa.
Yeah.
And I would want to go to Africa. But I don't want to. Yeah.
You don't want to what? You,
You
want
know
to say
me.
so many
Yeah,
things.
because my mind be lunching. You know what I'm saying? I be on some other shit. And like I remember at Up and Up when I used to host, I used to say offensive shit and then I had to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Not to say offensive shit.
Not about Africa.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I say
okay.
offensive shit about other places,
Yeah.
but not about Africa.
Yeah.
And now that I've learned more about Africa, I definitely don't want to say, some things. But what I'm thinking is
You
that
still won't say
I
offensive
want to
shit.
go to Africa, but I want to be in, a very
Like
Place with air
Poverty-stricken.
condition, right?
yeah.
I
don't-
get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't want to like go stay in a village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
You want to stay in a place like that reality show we watch. You want to stay in that part of Africa.
Yeah. If you giving me that option,
Yeah.
Like a
yeah.
tourist place, but you don't mind touring and going, but you still want to sleep well.
Yeah.
Right, because you telling me that I can go anywhere, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming I'm staying there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Nah,
that's where you staying.
I'll stay there.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to all of these
I
other
bet that's
places
why I
and try to
understand.
build
That's
it
why I
up and all
commented.
that stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I would go to Jamaica. I would take us to Jamaica. Jamaica is such a beautiful place. The culture, the food, the land, the water, the feel, the energy in Jamaica. We love Jamaica so much.
Yeah, but I think you're saying the same thing
That's
that I'm
Miami.
saying.
That's what no, I thought she said to me. I was like, well, you tripping off Miami, but you said Jamaica.
I know, I love Jamaica.
That was one of my thoughts too
I
about
love,
Jamaica.
no, if I
I think
could
you're
live,
saying,
I would
yeah.
live. So the thing is, y'all, we moved to this place, but we can travel to other places.
She
Ain't
changed
going
it.
nowhere then. I might as well stay here then.
She keeps changing the rules.
Right.
changing the rules.
They
Stay here
clown
then.
me.
I'm perfect in the hood.
This has been a great episode of
Yes,
Francis Smash
yes, it
Podcast.
has.
It goes by so quickly. Thank y'all for coming. Thank
Yeah.
y'all for your time.
Yes.
Do you want to let people know where they can find you? What you got
Yeah.
going on?
So you can follow me on all social media at Caressa Jennings. You can follow my agency at the Caressa J Agency on Instagram and Facebook. And my website is caressaj.com and the agency website is caressajagency.com.
Yes, and Caressa will be doing media for Dear Self Brand.
Oh, that's dope.
So
That's
yeah,
dope.
Very exciting.
Yep, Sharon.
Don't follow me. I don't like stalkers.
Well, hold on.
He has the best. He has the best lines.
Before we leave, he used to, if he was on Twitter today or or social media, he would be a millionaire. When he used to be on Twitter, he was extremely funny Everybody loved him. I don't know why he got off of social media, but when he was on Twitter, like, he had so many followers. People loved, he was hilarious. He was just like you see how the up and coming social media influencers are today. That was him back then. He was so ahead of his time back then, but he refuses to get back into that. He don't want no parts of that. He's the only one of us that don't have, well, Joe don't have social media, but he doesn't even deal with social media at all.
Shine be on his own thing, man. I'm proud
All right,
of
it
him.
was a great
Absolutely.
show.
It was.
How you feeling?
It was. I feel good. I'm glad we back, you know.
Yes, glad we back, y'all. We
Yeah.
are back. We are not divorced. We are still together. we had to take a little break, but
Yeah, we're
we
not
are
getting
back.
divorced.
We are back,
Y'all know
back. Yes, because he's gonna have to be in the grave, and I don't.
No, yeah, or you, and then I gotta fight this big nigga. And I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. So yeah, get yourself
Great
together.
show. Y'all, we'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you follow Friends Who Smash Podcast on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to our website, friendswhosmash.com, so you can stay abreast on when we are releasing information about the play.
Yeah.
Following all the things that we do. You can get our shirts. My shirt is on thegoodthicktraining.com. Grow through it, girl. You can get all colors, all sizes. Fellas Need Healing Too is on friendswhosmash.com.
Yes.
Please support us. We are two entrepreneurs with kids, full-time entrepreneurs with kids. So support us if you are looking for a space to invest or to sponsor.
Yeah.
Friends Who Smash Podcast will be glad to be those people.
Or even if
with
you
all
just
of
want to
your
give it
coins.
to us. Our Cash App is.
We don't have Cash App. We'll see y'all next week. We'll see y'all next
We'll
week.
make it up.
Peace.
We'll make it up. Peace.
Love you, baby.
Love you too, man.
Black man in love. Black man in love here. Come on. I'm proud, she's mine. I'm loud about it, 'cause I love it.